Welcome back from level 1 and 2. Level 3 is deep stretching, sometimes called yin yoga. But instead of moving, we're going to practice being still. And in stillness, we're going to pay attention to what's really going on in the joints, especially in the hips and low back. So come down onto your back to begin. Again, knees bent, feet flat. In this practice, we'll be holding the poses for a little longer. And just starting by pulling your right knee into your chest, hold it there. Keep your left foot on the floor. And now upon deeper and further investigation, notice where you feel sensation. If you ever feel any pain, you need to stop immediately, whether you're on the mat, off the mat, or in your life somewhere else. Pain is like that red light. But in this practice, you want to feel uncomfortable the whole time. You still can breathe in and out, like we did in the first level 1, breathing in for 5, out for 5. But if you're holding your breath, you've probably gone too far into the stretch. So take about the first minute just to find that edge. And that edge is a boundary between too much and too little, where all progress happens. When you find that place, you should be easily able to breathe again, in for 5 and out for 5, like lesson 1, level 1. And then gradually, that may ease off, and you want to go deeper. So perhaps you could slide the left leg forward now, incorporating your left hip as well as your right. Procedure's the same. Can you breathe in comfortably? In for 5, out for 5. Arrive at your edge. And either with your legs straight or your knee bent, 1 minute, complete stillness, observing your body, acknowledging those sensations that begin to arise. No judgment, just notice. And then tuck your chin, forehead to knee. Lower that right foot back to the floor. And slide the left foot up. Take both hands back on your belly. Come back to your breathing. Breathing in, breathing out. And then pull the left knee in. Use your breath, like to work your way down to your edge to where you get stuck. That's probably your edge. Can you breathe in for 5 and out for 5? Once you reached your edge on your left leg, maybe slide your right leg forward. Observe any thoughts that accompany the sensations that usually show up in some form of judgment. Come back to your breath. And then 1 minute of stillness. And tuck your chin, forehead to knee. Let leg forward, another stretch, and release your fingers, slide your heels together, and roll over onto your belly. Stack your hands. Keep your legs glued together and stretch out to the top of your feet and toes. Rest your forehead on your hands. And keep the right leg straight, but slide your left knee out to the side. You can come up, placing your foot next to your knee or somewhere on your leg. You can lift your knee up as high as your hip and then slide your foot out to the side so that your hip, your knee, and your foot are on a right angle. Using your mind, imagine your left side heavy, your right leg side long and straight, and then move the energy over to the left for your hip opener. Make sure you're not tipping onto the right side. When you take your elbows out to the side, coming back again to cactus, looking toward the bent knee and pressing down with your ear and the side of your head. Take your 5 breaths again, making any adjustments from that information, maybe repositioning your foot. And then practice being still. Continue to observe other parts of your body that also may feel tight or just simply blocked energy. And then turn your head over to the other side. And then slide your hands together. Rest your forehead back on top of your hands. And then slide your legs together again. Rock side to side on your pelvis so your hips are balanced. Your spine is straight. Now, keeping the left leg straight, slide the right knee out. Feel the right side heavy. Cactus arms, look toward the bent knee. Left ear down. Turn your head the other way. And then stack your hands, rest your forehead on your hands. And slide your legs together, big toes touch. And roll right over onto your back again. Bend your knees flat. Pull your right knee back into your chest. But this time, cross your thighs. And sometimes you can even wrap your ankle and foot. Keep your hands right on your pelvis and then gently just kind of rock side to side. If your right leg is on top, continue to roll over onto the right side and try to hold this shoulder down. This often becomes a tug of war between taking your knees over further and the shoulder comes up or not going so far. You decide. I prefer to take my arm out, look over my shoulder, and let gravity just do the rest. Once you made that determination, you're at your comfortable edge. You're breathing in for 5 and out for 5. Be still. And then in stillness, the mind gets very agitated and very active. Continue to observe your thoughts, not follow them. Sometimes you smile, sometimes you laugh at yourself. What was I thinking? What am I thinking? Often on some of these twists, you come to a point where you're stuck. You're here for that right amount of time, and then you find a release. You didn't do anything, your body took over and continued on to your appropriate edge. Bring your attention back to your body through your breath. 5 breaths. Breathing in for 5 and out for 5. And then come back to center. Try to keep your thighs crossed. Pull both knees into your chest. Give yourself a hug. Shoelace hug. Okay, unwrap it. Tap out your feet. Switch sides. Cross your thighs. Maybe take a rep. Rocking. And then over to the other side. Why am I stopping here? What is it that's stopping me? I'm tight in my shoulder or my neck or my hip or my knee. A lot of options, a lot of hiding places for tension to reside. And then gradually you just kind of melt into the pose to your edge, not forcing, but allowing. And then staying, observing. And then the mind drifts off. Okay, what am I thinking? What is that thought directing my energy toward? To what I want or to what I don't want? If it's to what you don't want, you just simply change your thought to what you want. And then come on back. Try to keep your thighs crossed. Pull your legs towards you without lifting your head. Hug it in. And then separate your thighs. Pull both knees in towards you. And then reach down. Maybe grab your pants, your ankles, side of your feet, foot, big toe. Happy baby pose. Just feel a comfortable heaviness in your butt. So it's lowering down. Try to keep your shoulders down also the best way that you can. And then pull both knees back into your chest. Plant your feet back on the mat again. Try to bring your heels close to your butt. Look up, make sure your thighs are parallel and your feet are facing straight away. And then lift up with your hips coming up to a bridge. Now unbridge for more support. Take your elbows by your side, fingers pointing up and squeeze your shoulder blades together. Press down with your feet. Keep your hips lifted. Try to shoot your knees forward. Pull your heels back. At first, use those strong glutes to get your hips up, but then use your core strength to stay there. Relax your glutes. Jelly bum. And then for even more engagement, locate the knuckles below your first toe and your little toe and the center of your heels. Connect those dots, they make a triangle, and then try to squeeze the triangle together, engaging your arches. Notice what happens to the breathing. Nice, calm, balanced breathing. Equal breath. In for 5, out for 5. Just rest your arms by your side. And exhale. Good job. Come on down. And pull both knees back into your chest again. Let's bring the forehead up to the knees. Lower your head. Circle around for a back massage. And then we're going to roll over to your comfortable side. Use your hands and arms for support. And make your way back up to your seat. Okay, we have some options for the next one. This will depend on where your hips are located. Some people's hips are out to the side a little bit, some are more forward. Can't change that. That's your bony architecture. So one option we're going to hold right here and then come down to your edge. Option one. Option two would like to have one shin in front of the other. So they kind of look like this. And then you can come down. Option three, called burning log for a good reason. Now they're stacked like logs. So choose one of those three. Adjust your glutes. And then come on down. Now, I like to get down gradually. I feel good if I take 2 steps forward and then 1 step back. As I inhale, 2 steps forward. Exhale, 1 step back. So it's a gradual process, almost like I'm massaging my back as I'm coming down. And then eventually, you're going to get stuck. Make sure you're still breathing in and out for 5. And then be still. And as I say, deal with it. Good time to go exploring. Become aware of the sensations, which are just body communication, that when we're busy living our life, we're not paying attention until we get a wake-up call. Now 5 more breaths. Bring your attention back to that sensation. See if you can just dissolve it, open it up with 5 breaths, breathing right through it. And then inhale, come back up. Lean back, stretch out, shake out your legs. Okay, we're going to switch across the other leg in front. Remember which one I did? I think this way. Yeah. And same thing, you choose whatever you want. This way, this way, this way. Okay, here we go, beginning with the breath, breathing in, breathing out. Take as many breaths possible as you get down to the edge where you're stuck. Stillness. You may challenge yourself not to move at all, just focusing on the sound of your breathing. Five breaths, right at that edge. Try to dissolve it with a long exhale out. Breathing in new energy, long inhale in, long exhale out. And inhale, come on up. Again, lean back to shake out your legs. That completes our level 3 hip openers, back strengtheners. Stay tuned for level 4. So that completes our level 3 hip openers. Join me next for level 4 for your hips and a healthy back.